Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is a preview video between Chelsea vs Crystal Palace match, where I have watched Crystal Palace play against Liverpool in the Community Shield. So here are my observations. For that, I'll be taking on to my board.
Crystal Palace plays with 3-4-3 formation with one striker, two attacking midfielders, two centre midfielders, two wing backs, and three centre backs. So first of all, let's have a look at the defensive setup. Crystal Palace are one of the most disciplined team when it comes to maintaining their defensive shape. So this half I'll put off Crystal Palace and this half is of the opponents for the explanation purpose. I'll add some of the opponent players here. So the first thing that we'll talk about is how Crystal Palace press their opponents. So when pressing high up in the opponent's half, the front three of striker, the attacking midfielder initiate the press. And when the ball is moved in this particular center zone by the opponents, then these two center midfielders will join the press. Now if any of the opponents move the ball at the corners near to the wings, then these wings of Crystal Palace, they will also join the press. So when the opponents start to move into the Crystal Palace half, so what Crystal Palace do is they start to maintain a formation of 5-4-1. Now when the opponent advances the ball further down into the final third, that too particularly into the center zone of the Crystal Palace players, then all the Crystal Palace players will fall back and they'll start becoming narrow. Let's say the attack in this particular center zone is from this particular central area. So in this case what they do is when they narrow down, they try to close down the pockets. So there is no further space available for the movement of opponent players to travel to the box. So when the opponent tries to move or build up from the corners, particularly from the touch lines, in that case what Crystal Palace players do is their wings, one of their attacking midfielders and one of the center midfielders, they'll start to press the opponent players so that they can win the ball, particularly in this central zone, and then they can move forward. Now let's have a look at the attacking setup. Crystal Palace built up from back with their goalkeeper having the ability to kick long balls to the wing backs. Now while building from back, the build-up is slow, that too particularly from the centre backs. And the centre backs make progressive passes either to the centre midfielders or to the wing backs. Now the most important players in the setup of Crystal Palace is this two centre midfielders. Both the midfielders are box to box and most of the time are near as well as parallel to each other. Therefore, they can create horizontal passes among each other. Now the width on the pitch is provided by the wing backs. Therefore the switch play, let's say if the wing back is advancing, then the switch play is possible because the width is provided by the wing backs. Crystal Palace players are physically dominant, due to which they also play long balls. Whenever they play a long ball to a striker, the striker is accompanied by one of the players for partnership or to win the second ball. In the second half against Liverpool, Crystal Palace mostly played long balls and used their physicality to good use and were aggressively pressing Liverpool players, where the wing backs were supplying crosses in the box. And some of the players were ready to win the second ball. Almost all players of Crystal Palace are capable of delivering a long pass whenever they want to make a progress in the opponent area. The idea while doing a progressive passing is very simple. So let's say the center midfield want to provide a long pass in the opponent area in this particular zone. So what he will do, he'll just throw a long ball and the striker, not onto the striker's body, but particular into a vacant space where the striker will make the move. And then since he's accompanied by one of his fellow teammates, they win the ball and then they continue their further progress.
So as you have seen, Crystal Palace during attacking phase they built up patiently. So the chances that they create are somewhat moderate. But whenever they see or sense a goal scoring opportunity, they do go for a kill. One more positive thing about Crystal Palace player is that they know each other position, which player is positioned well. So understanding between the players is such that it feels like they are very well oiled. If I have to put Crystal Palace in a nutshell, I'll say that they are extremely disciplined and organized team who maintain the defensive and offensive shape, and also they are very less error prone. It's a physical team where the players also rely on their physicality. Even when Crystal Palace are one goal down or two goal down, the team has patience to make a comeback and don't panic, and the players always maintain their position. And here the manager should be given credit for particularly related to the profile of the players. He has arranged the team in such a way that the profile of players are suiting to each other as well as complementing the team and thus making the team more effective. Now go on to some of the individual players. Eze, he is a calm dribbler, a neat passer, and a technical player. And there are another front two person, Sar and Mateta. They are really physical players. Now Sar uses his dribbling to the best extent possible, whereas Mateta is very clinical in his finishing. Now both the center midfielders are box to box. They participate actively in defense or offense, and they keep on running all the time within the match. The wing backs have the pace, and the centre backs, as I've said, they are less error prone. So how Chelsea will fare? So according to me, Chelsea will win the match, and the margin of goal will be 1. Now both the teams have recently won a cup, so they are basking into that euphoria, and the confidence of both the teams is extremely high. Now Chelsea, why they will win? One of the reasons is that we have a power pack striker in João Pedro, and the wingers Estevao, along with his partnership with Palmer, will be one of the reasons due to which I think Chelsea will win the match. It will be interesting to watch the competition between the midfielders of both the teams, as I believe at times there may be a battle of physicality. Now, the match for sure will be an entertaining match because it is the start of the season and the energies between both the teams is surely going to be very high. Thank you for watching the video. Click like, share, and subscribe. Till then, thank you.